Evening. Welcome back to another episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. I am Cam. With me, as he always is, over this side is Mr. Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk about this movie, but most
Yes.
importantly, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. I'm, enjoying what's left of the weekend before it's back to the grind tomorrow. But on Wednesday, I'm actually flying down to Miami so that I can get on a cruise ship that's bound for Mexico. So,
Nice. You won't be
uh,
far from me anymore.
yeah. Well, I guess Mexico is technically your next door neighbor. Um,
Still gonna be a good 6 hours away, but
yeah, well, and I'll be gone from Wednesday to Monday, so I'm
nice.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. I haven't been on a cruise probably in 20 something years.
Wow,
So
that's more cruises than I've ever been on, though. So
all right. Now, if you missed last week's stream, we all came on and talked about the great Robert Eggers. What a fantastic filmmaker. We had a lot of fun discussing his filmography. Check it out if you haven't. Tonight, we are discussing Monkey Man. Now, I. Oh, you got the Blu ray too. Not the same one
yeah,
I got. Yes. Now,
yeah.
I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. But obviously we're gonna get into all that. Andrew, I understand that
Mhm.
this was a first time watch for you. You kind of bought the Blu-ray on a whim, and I believe you watched it today.
Yes, yeah. So I've heard you talk about it a couple times just on shows before, but I honestly I knew nothing about it. And Amazon was running, they do like a 3 for 33 sale on select
Yeah.
Blu-rays. And I was just looking on there, and this was one of the ones on there. There we go. And I was like, all right, why not? And I watched it earlier, and in a this is not biased because I knew nothing about it. I loved it, man. I mean, it blew me away. Like
Yes.
Dev Patel, I've seen him previously in Only the Green Knight, but he is such an amazing actor, and
Oh,
I
he
will
really
be
is.
doing nothing but praising this movie for the next hour because it's that good.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Dev Patel not only starred in this movie, he directed
Mhm.
it, he wrote it, he shot some of it, and
Yeah.
he was an executive producer. Like this is entirely his vision. And what a vision it is. I mean, truly, this movie just completely came out of nowhere, and it's technically an indie film. It's
Mhm.
fun. It's funded by him, and I mean, he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was while I was watching it, I want to go and watch some of the special features on here to get more of the backstory. But
Yeah.
with how hard it is just to act in a movie or direct a movie, and all that stuff, or write a movie, he does all that stuff and he does it so well. Like I was just
No.
blown away by how well the movie is shot. Probably my one of my favorite shots in the movie is right after the first fight that he lost, and he's walking down the hallway, and then the title card
Oh
shows
yeah, it just
right
explodes
there.
on the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it really helps to hammer in that feeling of isolation for this character because I mean he's a character who has nobody, and technically he is nobody.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a name in the movie.
No.
His
Yeah.
name on IMDb is just Kid. Um, the only name the only name he gives anybody is Bobby, and that's because of
Bobby, because he
the
saw
Bobby
that
bleach.
yeah.
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 So we don't even know who this guy is, but I mean, and that's completely to the film's credit. That's well, yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that, but yeah, I saw this movie when it came out in theaters, and I was one of the very few who did. I think I saw it in probably I saw it in the theater with probably four or five other people, and that was on
Wow.
opening day. Um,
This is one that looking back, I wish I'd seen it in the theater. I mean,
yeah.
I hadn't heard of it until not too long ago, so oh
Yeah,
well.
there's so much energy to it,
Mhm.
with the directing and how the action is filmed. I mean, there's so much movement. It's crazy, and some people have kind of used that, uh, to describe a detriment to the film, which to an extent I can kind of understand. I mean, some of the action scenes are a little, very like just frenetically edited. Not like
Yeah.
quick cuts, not quick cuts or anything like that,
No.
but the camera is always moving.
Yeah. But I actually
Especially,
like that with some
yeah,
action scenes. Because it almost makes it feel like you're there watching it.
yes.
Because I feel like that's what you would be doing if you're seeing people like beat each other up. You'd be like, so.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and what's funny is that a lot of the action in this movie was actually shot with an iPhone. Um,
Oh
so,
wow.
so yeah, you have those crazy handheld cam shots, and you can see very clearly when it transitions over to that style of filming.
Mhm.
I mean, some of the angles that they catch, like I have never seen action filmed this way. You know,
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
you have either your super steady cam with like John
Mhm.
Wick,
Yeah.
and then you have Colombiana. You know, it's very hard to find an in between. And you know, you go back and you watch even like the old like wuxia type of
Mm.
martial arts movies and things of that nature, and it's all very steady film.
Yeah. Then you
The
have Steven
camera work
Seagal
is always
movies where the
steady, always
camera.
following.
You have
Yeah.
Steven Seagal movies where the camera's steady, but it's somehow still moving faster than he is.
Yeah. Yeah. and, and it's not just like, you know, the camera is moving from one angle to another. It's
Yeah.
also coming in, coming back out, following certain subjects around. I mean, the cinematography is just unbelievable. And again, some people have used it to say, you know what, I didn't like how this action was filmed, and you know, I get that, but at the same time, you know, but people absorb action differently. You know, some people
Yeah.
really like Colombiana, which
I don't know how.
I don't get it.
No.
But if you like it, you like it. But I love whenever a movie pushes the boundaries of what's capable within its genre,
Yeah.
and that this movie does that spectacularly.
It's nice to see something different.
Yeah,
It's way better than the fast cuts, and the attention span stuff. I mean,
yeah,
I love the action in it, and I don't know who the choreographer was, but they did a good job because the action was convincing,
yes.
and I think my understanding is Dev Patel did a lot of his own
Oh
scenes,
yeah.
like because and
You
my
can
point
see him in frame for
well,
most of it. I
and I was
mean,
about to say that makes sense with the phone because there's never really a time where you're like, oh, that's not him, and then oh, that's him. Like, and that just as an actor adds to the respect because he, like you said earlier, he had this vision and he stuck to it and he fully committed to it,
yeah.
and it comes across on screen. So
It really does.
yeah,
And another thing that really shines in this movie, not only Dev Patel's commitment to the action, but also his commitment to the performance as well.
oh,
There is a lot that is required of him as an actor with this movie. I mean, it does a lot to showcase a lot of range. You know, you have anger and rage, which is like the prevalent emotion in this movie. You have hopelessness. You have moments
mhm,
of joy. You have moments of sadness. I mean, there's bits of almost every emotion sprinkled in throughout this
yeah,
movie, and Dev Patel captures that so well. Um, my favorite, and this is also my favorite shot in the movie, but my
mm,
favorite character moment of his is whenever he gets to that upper echelon of that
mhm,
club and he sees General Rana in there, and he starts to formulate a plan as to how he's going to take him out. He goes into the bathroom and he kind of like, you know, rinses his face for a moment,
mhm,
and he stares at himself in the mirror, and the camera slowly turns around just to show his reflection, and then after staring at himself for a moment, he just screams at his reflection. It just, for that one moment, encapsulates so much about that character, and you could read so much into not just the character's actions but the way that it's filmed as well. And it's such a great moment. It's
mhm.
one of my favorite moments in the movie. I gush over that
Yeah.
every time I watch it.
Well, one thing I love that he does so well as an actor that I don't see a lot, and I'm surprised he's not a bigger name because of this, is his eyes. All the
Hmm.
emotions, like literally some of the scenes I'm watching, you can feel everything he's feeling just based on how he presents his eyes. And
Yes.
like so there's a scene where he sees the General Rana dude
Yeah.
and he's just staring him down and you can tell he wants to just shoot him right then and there in his eyes. But it's like every scene where he had to express emotions, I don't even know how you would do it, but he just like changed the way his eyes were, and it was just so good. I was like, man,
Yeah.
this just,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. He really he conveys so much, often with not
Hmm.
a whole lot.
Yeah.
It could be something so simple, and it comes across so clearly on his face, and that's just the mark of a good actor. He can make you feel without knowing that you're supposed to feel anything, and that's
Yeah.
just such great stuff. And the opening scene of the movie, you have him as a child, talking with his mother, and she's telling him the story about, ooh, really, cat, move.
Oh. It's like,
Uh,
whoa.
if, yeah, the cat jumped up and knocked over my phone. And she's telling him the story about, I think Hanuman, the Monkey King, or
Yeah.
something like that, and it transitions from there into the first scene you see him in as an adult, and he's just getting the snot beaten out of him. And it
Hmm.
really works to set up the tone for this movie, because here's the thing: this movie, throughout its marketing, it showed a lot of the action and stuff, and then even after the film was released, it was called like a John Wick clone, which
There's
I mean,
small elements of that, but
yeah,
not enough to call it a clone.
no, I mean,
Yeah.
John Wick is even referenced in the movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
thought
oh,
that
oh
was
yeah, how about this
I
gun? This is the one they used in
I
John
died
Wick.
laughing when they said that. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
There's that little bit of self awareness in there that I really like.
yeah.
But the thing with John Wick is that John Wick is always in control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he takes some hits here and there, but in every action scene, John Wick is in control. In this movie, he's getting the shit beaten out of him for the entire thing, up until that
Yeah.
very last, the climax of the third act. Up
Hmm.
until then, I mean, he's just getting beaten left and right. So there's that. And then there's also the fact that he hardly ever uses a gun in the movie.
Oh yeah.
He's all fists. And both this movie and John Wick are revenge stories,
Hmm.
but with John Wick, once the story starts, the emotional grab is gone.
Yeah.
With this movie, the emotional weight is felt from the very beginning to the very end.
Hmm.
It does not let you ever forget what he's fighting for. And I think that on with the full context of what this film is being compared to, I think that really helps to set it apart.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I mean, I gotta tell you, the way he lost his mom. I mean, I'm a dog person through and through, but
Yeah,
comparing it to John Wick, I mean, the way he lost his mom was brutal. That's one of the words I would use to describe this movie is brutal.
brutal. Oh yeah,
Because it shows, it does a great job of showing like the crime world of India, and it shows that really the only difference between the rich, and this is gonna sound like Captain Obvious, but the only difference between the rich and the poor is money, because they both are
yeah,
doing the same thing, just different levels of it. But I loved the way that the emotion was portrayed through this
yeah,
movie. I mean, you're seeing him at his worst, excuse me, and you're going on this journey with him to avenge his mom. And the thing is, what they do such a good job is the situation with his mom. When you see the memories, it gets worse with each memory that you see
yeah.
when he remembers the attack. Because initially it's like, okay, they were gunned down, which is awful. And then it turns into, no, they were attacked in their house. She was attacked. Not going to say the actual word, but
Right, right.
it just
Demonetized.
it starts from worse and just gets worse and worse and worse, and you just start to feel for him all that much
Yeah,
more. And then when they do the reveal, that the Rana or Rama, that guy
Rana, I believe.
Rana, that he saw him as a kid there, just at it was like, oh, I was like, it's about to
Yeah.
go down. Like he
Well,
knows it's him.
and you go back and you watch the film a second time, because I've watched it three
Mhm.
times now since
Nice.
since
Yeah.
its theater release. You go back and you watch, and a lot of those quick, like, blink and you miss it shots of
Mhm.
him flashing back. It sets up that final reveal so much, because I think the second or third little flashback sequence that you
Mhm.
get, you see Rana look up. Now, at the time, you don't know what that's about. But when you
Right.
go back and watch it a second time, you see that, and it's like, oh, okay, it's all laid out for me so clearly. And
Yeah.
and the movie does a lot to really anchor you and pull you in without giving you all the answers from the start. And that's another
That's what I
thing.
liked about it. There was no like exposition. You
Yeah.
get to figure it out, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know that's another thing that sets it apart from John Wick, because what with John Wick again,
Yeah.
that first act is the story. You know, he's his dog dies, he's an assassin. That's really all you need to know. But with
Yeah.
this movie, you find out more and more and more with each scene, and it consistently feels like it has a good forward momentum to it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I always tell people. I watch John Wick for the action, not necessarily the story. Because there's good stories, and especially in John Wick 4. But
Right.
this one, it's good story and action the whole time. The story doesn't
Yes.
end. It doesn't end until the end. You know what I mean? Like it's not dragged out. Um, and I thought it was funny. This is another like it's got a little bit of humor kind of to it when he was doing the I guess it was cocaine was like the white drug stuff. I
Yeah. Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
yeah. And he switched it out as bleach, the bleach stuff for the guy
Yeah.
up his nose.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And that whole
that
bathroom
must have
scene,
sucked.
yeah, that whole bathroom scene was great, by the way.
Oh yeah.
How he
Yeah,
like
it's
and they don't make him overpowered either because he runs up to like the window to break it and he can't and he's like now I gotta like he's like I gotta figure something out.
when I saw that in theaters, I busted out laughing because
Yeah,
in the middle of this crazy action
right.
scene where
You
he's
think,
like
oh, he's
he's
gonna
chopping
fall.
people with axes and
Yeah.
biting off people's noses and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you think, okay, this is how he makes his escape. Bonk.
Yeah. I was like, but it's great because like they could have easily just made it easy and be like, oh yeah, he falls through the
Yeah.
window. Um,
It goes
so
to show he is only human.
right,
You know,
exactly. Yeah,
he's a tough son of a bitch, but he
right.
is still only human.
Yeah. And I think it's funny when I was watching, I don't know if it was because there's like the fighting, but I like there's the John Wick element, but kind of a bit of a Rocky element too, just with the Rocky opens with the fight, starting with the fight, and he's at his bottom. I mean, it's a different journey, he's not
Sure.
avenging, but just the idea of he's starting at the absolute bottom and he ends on the top of his
Yeah.
journey. And so um I was trying to think. I was gonna bring up something that slipped my mind. I'll try to think of it because I have so much I want to say about this movie that I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember it all.
Yeah, no problem. And you know, well, with how anonymous this character ends up being, really, it's interesting to see how many connections he has, because he meets the little kid thief in a bar who gives him some information, and you see he has chemistry with his community.
Yeah.
And then whenever the mean club owner lady is at that cafe,
Oh yeah.
and the guy comes up in the wheelchair trying to get her to buy a little hand carved thing, and he steals her purse and wheels away, and then once he's out of sight, he gets up and starts walking.
It shows you how like deep the crime world is. I mean, there had to be like 20 people that bag went through
Yeah.
before it ended up to him.
Exactly, just to have it end up with him, and that
Yeah.
right there conveys just how well connected this guy is,
Yeah.
and not just how well connected he is, but how well connected that community as a whole is, because really, what it amounts to is the poor versus the rich. So
Exactly. There's like
yeah,
no middle ground either. Like you only
yeah.
see like filthy rich or dirt poor.
And
And
there are some shots that kind of convey that. There are shots
yeah.
in this movie that show both the slums and the city in one
Yeah.
shot, and there's such a stark divide between them.
It literally it had a bit of a sci-fi feel in that way because there's some like almost like underworld stuff or even like a
Yeah.
Blade Runner where it's like you were either rich or poor. There's
Yeah.
no in between. But yeah, I just thought the guy he started pulling his wheelchair really fast.
Yeah, and he that's how Kid makes his way in and secures himself a job, and this is where he meets Alfonso.
That guy was great. At first, I didn't
Uh,
know about him. I was like, I don't know about this guy. And as the movie went on, I was like, no, this guy's great.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
you have the shot where Kid shows the woman his hands, and they're all burnt up and stuff. He
Hmm.
says it was from bleach, but later on we see that it's from trying to lift a burning log off his mother.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude,
but
that just
but then
added to the sadness. Like I even was like getting emotional there because I was like, oh man, I mean, you're just trying to save your mom. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
But then Alfonso sees his hands. He's like, "Oh, I know what that's from." And Kid's like, "You do?" He says, "Yeah, you're doing too much of this, man."
I was like, I love his vehicle too. Like it's this like
Oh yeah, it's like a
enclosed,
juiced
like
up moped.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then later when Kid steals it and Alfonso, right? That's
Yeah,
his name. He's like, out of all the cars you could steal, you stole mine. I'm like, well, yeah, he knows how to drive it. And you just get
yeah.
into it. Like,
Yeah,
there's really no
and the
stealing that needed. Like, you can just go off, you
yeah,
know.
and so he has his initial like crazy action scene in that bathroom with Rana, and then he tries to make his way out, and he escapes the building. He hops on the moped and he starts going, but then he crashes, and he gets taken in by police, and then right into another action scene.
Yeah,
Um, and this one he he fights through a brothel, and all the patrons of the brothel are just attacking him, and
yeah. I'm like, what the heck?
it made for some very humorous scenes. But this is kind of
Yeah,
where we get another taste of the brutality, because he's like I said, he's chopping people up with axes. He bites the guy's nose off at one point. I mean, he is
yeah.
just, I mean, he is literally armed to the teeth.
Yeah. And I mean, it just the wide range of like the genres that it hits. And I mean, like I said, it like that scene in particular when you see the people having a good time off to the side while the
Yeah.
guy's just like, and I'm like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, this movie is humorous without being a comedy, and
exactly.
that's a balance that I really wish more movies would figure out. Like
Mhm.
I think back to Thor: Love and Thunder, and
Oh,
uh, yeah,
I don't
and
want to.
there's such a clash of tone with that movie, because you have the scenes with Gore the God Butcher, which are fantastic,
Yeah.
but then everything else around it is like the most elementary schoolyard kind of humor, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't work. This
They're too
movie,
drastic. This one is it's
yeah,
so well balanced.
yeah.
So
And the humor doesn't undermine what's happening around. It's just kind of it's there. It hits real quick, and then it's on to the next thing.
that's one thing I liked is the movie was so well paced too. You never have a moment to like get brought out of the story, even with
Yeah,
the humor. You know,
yeah,
it all fits. Like there's nothing in this movie that doesn't fit. And I think I can't say this enough, but this is an example with an indie movie where you see, okay, Dev Patel, he had creative control, and look at what he made. You know, and I mean
exactly.
Jordan Peele produced it. Like
Yeah,
that should give you all the signs like, oh, maybe we should let more people do this. Like,
yeah, yeah. Because
you
it's not
know,
a franchise. It's not connecting
no,
to anything.
and it
It
doesn't need to
is
be,
its
you know.
own. It's its own thing through and
Yeah,
through.
I
And
wish we
yeah,
could go back. Oh, sorry.
well, I was gonna say, yeah, it didn't do huge numbers at the box office, but when you're making a movie just for the love of making it, I don't think that should matter all that much, really.
No, no, and I think we should go back. I can remember when I was like watching movies when I was getting into franchises as a kid, like watching movies from the 80s that maybe had like one or two sequels. And like that was like a lot. Like that was a big franchise at the
Yeah,
time. And now having two, three movies is not a lot because a lot of these franchises will have 10 plus.
yeah.
And you know,
Now you need 4 or 5 movies just to set up the franchise.
oh, I know it's great. Well, it's true. And then you have like a Fast and the Furious instance where you're just like, what are we doing here? Like what? Why are we in space?
Yeah,
Like,
this was a movie about street racing. How did we end up here?
exactly. It's just like I don't know, but yeah, having a movie like this, and I can already the rewatchability I know is going to be great because I'm already like, yeah, I could rewatch this, and it satisfies you enough that you don't need to continue the story. It's a good just one
Yeah,
thing, which is why I'm glad it's indie not studio because we'd probably have a trailer for Monkey Man 2
sure.
already. You know,
Monkey Man
Return
2,
of
The
the
Monkey
Monkey.
Returns.
Yeah, I thought it was cool when there's this one shot after he's been training and he's going to be fighting, and it's right before he knocks the dude out, but he's got the monkey mask on, and the camera starts to zoom in, and he kind of does the head tilt. Like even that, you don't even see his face, but the emotion that he is portraying in that, it just perfectly comes across.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and dude, I thought it was great when he kicks the guy down, and the tiger guy's like, "What the heck?" And
Yeah.
funny, when that guy first came on screen, his profile, for a split second, I thought it was Lee Pace. For like a very split second. Because his
Yeah.
profile almost looked like, and then when I focused on it, I was like, oh no, that's Timu Lee Pace. So yeah.
Yeah, well, he comes up with that mask on, and you think, oh, he's about to wreck shit with the mask on, but as he's walking up, he just rips it off and throws it away. It's like, oh, we get to see Dev Patel doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that bleach that he put the mask in that made it white?
I don't recall.
I don't know. He put it in some water and it can't, or maybe it was clean. I don't know. I just
It,
bleach was
it
a
was just
common
very
theme.
dirty.
Right.
Yeah. But
That
after
yeah.
after the fight in the brothel, after he manages to escape, he ends up at the enclave of I forget what they called themselves, but he meets Alpha, which is which is the leader of this group of marginalized people who were cast out from society, and they help him get back on his feet and find the will to fight again. And his training scene where he's just beating up that punching bag. I forget the name of the guy, but the guy who is playing the hand drums and
Yeah.
putting so much personality into it. I forget his name, but he is actually like a world famous Indian percussionist.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I was gonna
and
say I don't think we got a character name
I
that I
don't
know of.
recall, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was really interesting to see his music set the pacing for kids training
Yeah,
because
that was so cool because I was wondering because he used it for like the story, but then when
yeah.
he would do like the two on the small and then the one, and so Dev Patel would do this and then that, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yes, exactly. It's like the music and the fighting went together so good.
Mhm.
And he has his kind of out of body experience with the drug that he was given. And this is where we enter like A24 territory because he sits
Yeah,
down and he like pulls his chest open and he has that.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
not
I'm
realizing it was
just really crazy stuff, but exactly
yeah,
what I want to see in an indie film like
right,
this. I want to see them
yeah,
take chances. I want to see them go for it. You know?
exactly, and um, it's I don't even want to call it a risk, but it's a chance that paid off. I mean, it
Yeah,
it makes sense because I'm sure with a drug like that, you're probably going to be seeing things.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that whole training montage scene was just so cool, and
yeah.
I and that flashback because I think that was a flashback we saw where we see the full picture
The
of what happened to his
full,
mom,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I got to tell you, I've obviously I've never been in a situation like that, but I mean, I like the emotion, like I was getting kind of emotional. So I was like, that's I mean, that's awful.
Yeah,
Like, and the thing is, that stuff really happens, and
it does.
so
It does.
it
It's a
that
very
that's it. Sorry, I was just gonna say it's very real, brutal,
yeah.
and yeah, it was just so good.
And after that, we have he goes back into the city to for the big final fight, and when he goes in, you see he's not just fighting dirty; he's fighting
Mhm.
angry, and that's just it's so good to see because you come across a lot of action, especially in Hollywood, where it doesn't matter what the character's feeling, the fighting comes off as sterile. Well,
Yeah.
not sterile, but more as a dance. It comes off very
Hmm.
choreographed. And everybody's just kind of stone faced and going about the motions. Whereas Dev Patel walks into this kitchen and the first thing he does is throw all the pots off of the thing.
Well,
And
sorry.
it's so cool to see it. It makes everything feel so grounded because it makes you feel like he's fighting with feeling.
Exactly. And you know he's going into this fight knowing that he's not so much concerned if he makes it out alive. He just doesn't want Rana to make it out alive. Is
Yeah.
his main goal. But yeah, it's
Yes.
kind of like the he has no idea this guard's gonna come up to him, so he's just like, oh, there you go.
Yeah. I,
Um
I love I love the little sequence where he gets the guy, slams his head down on the stovetop and
oh
bashes the
and
bottle of alcohol over his head. That's
yeah,
see, there's such creative choreography with this movie, and the way that it's filmed really gives it the opportunity to really glow. And I
yeah.
love that so much.
Yeah, I like how they didn't make him like untouchable. Like I know you mentioned that earlier, where he's getting beat up during this
Oh yeah.
fight. Like he's not, there's even a part where there's like three or four guys I think that are coming up to him, and he has to make his way through them, and that doesn't come without some blood, and even there was a part like they got his leg or something like that, so he has like a limp, and
Hmm.
so yeah, it just and so when he's going up against the Rana guy, I'm like, he's got to get really creative, and he has the little
The high heel shoe.
yeah, that was cool. That made me think of like that, like the pencil with John Wick, like just finding
Yeah.
something and going,
Just beating the crap out of him,
yeah, and that's where you
and
could feel the anger and the emotion of like just
yes,
being, and
because
he wants him to
he's
have a slow death. He's not going the easy
yeah.
way. He's like, forget about the gun. We're doing this the hard way.
Yeah, and the whole time he's letting that anger come out, but he's yelling at him, get up, and just as he tries to get up, whack with that high heel again.
Yeah, it was great. And that's
Yeah,
one thing that I like from an action scene is the getting creative, because you have the also, well, one thing they did briefly is when like the music cuts and you just hear the sounds of the punches and the fighting. I
yeah,
love that because it makes me feel even more invested. But they also had some good song choices for some of the. There's a one where he's in the elevator with the guy
hmm,
fighting. That song was funny because it was like kind of like a happy kind of song or whatever,
yeah.
but it's just like it fits. Like I don't know how to
It
describe it,
does. Oh,
So
when he has the knife in his mouth and he slowly just buries
yeah,
it in the
oh,
guy's neck, just
that was one where I was like, oh
like that they they get so creative with it, and so much is done
yeah.
in camera, and it really hammers in you use the exact right word for it, the brutality
Mhm.
of it.
I would love to see how they film that. I mean, I know like the knife is fake or they have like extra skin, but it like looks so real.
Yeah.
And I think that was definitely like the iPhone scene because it's like up close and getting all the
Hmm.
angles. But it's honestly it's crazy to think we're in a time where phone cameras are so good. I mean, I know 28 years later was
Yeah.
filmed with the iPhone, and I know there was one movie that I feel like it came out last year, 2 years ago, that was filmed completely on iPhone. That was like a major theatrical release. I'm
Oh,
trying to maybe not major, but it was a theatrical. But I'm blanking on the name
I know.
of it.
I know that something like that happened. I
Yeah,
just can't recall what it was, but I know
yeah, right.
approximately what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Something out
yeah,
there.
yeah. And the thing is, like I said, I couldn't even tell. Like that's the crazy thing. So, oh, it's a good thing too. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they even went so far as to have him fighting with bottle rockets. He walks into that big dining parlor,
yeah.
and you get that more slow, methodical kind of guitar music, and he's just
Mhm.
shooting the things at people, and you're thinking, oh my god, like this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Because
and
where
that
else are you
adds
going
to
to
the creative
see?
part. Yeah.
Yeah, well, where else are you going to see somebody fighting with bottle rockets? I
Right.
mean,
And
I
in
mean
a
that's just
big
insane.
studio movie, he would just have a gun and start going like, go, 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 go. Like,
Yeah.
because the only time we actually see him shoot a gun is when he sees that like art on that like wall and he goes up to the fence and he shoots. I think that's the only time he shoots a gun that I can think
Yeah,
of.
because he's trying to practice and get better at
Yeah.
shooting. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's I think the only time he ever. No, you know what? He does
No,
shoot it one more time. He
in
shoots.
the bathroom. That's
Yeah,
right.
he shoots one of the guys in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
That's right. Yeah, because he was gonna shoot the guy. That's right. But it was cool. Yeah, cool to see him use the bottle rocket thing. I was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have the people from the Enclave show up, and they fight alongside of him, and this is where it goes full Bollywood.
Yeah.
And normally I find Bollywood movies to be so pretentious
I was just saying, I don't think I've ever seen one.
and just so self-indulgent. Like okay, when the stream is over, remind me, and I will send you some like clips of like Bollywood type fight scenes, and it is just it's wacky. That's the best word I can describe for it is wacky. But
So, mhm.
but you have these people who come in and they're wearing like metal plated dresses and stuff,
Yeah.
and it goes Bollywood with how kind of gratuitous some of the shots get, with how all the dresses are spinning around in slow motion and all the fighting kind of looks a bit more uh, almost more surreal than anything,
Hmm.
but it's not overdone. And I love whenever a director has the awareness to know that, okay, I'm going for a bit of a risk here. Let's show a bit of restraint,
Yeah.
because there's a fine line between really going for it and going for it just enough. And a lot of directors just completely go for it, which I respect. Don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
but sometimes I mean there's a lot of swing and misses.
Oh yeah. And
And
especially that late into the movie, if you took that big of a risk, you could potentially like lose the audience, and that'd be the wrong time to lose the
yeah,
audience.
yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. But he finally makes his way up to the top, and he confronts Baba Shakti, which is basically the head honcho guy who orchestrated the takeover of his village and stuff.
mhm.
I'm still a little unclear as to his overall presence within the narrative, because you have this conflict set up between the the traditionalists and the new wave of Christians coming through. Um,
Mhm.
and I haven't dissected the narrative enough to know exactly where everything stands around that.
Yeah,
Um, but luckily it's not really a part of the movie that's super important, because the circumstances aren't important. The people involved are what's important.
exactly. I know I say this a lot. It's like Civil War.
Yeah.
Circumstances aren't the most important part of the movie. It's the people you're following. And I
Yes.
think he got to a point too where he was like, anyone involved with the killing of his mother that he could kill, I think he was just
Yeah.
going for it. And I think he realized too, he was so far in deep. This guy, the Bala dude,
Yeah.
was gonna send people after him. And so, because I was trying to figure, we didn't see a whole lot of that guy. We saw more of him like on TV and the news
Yeah.
than we did. I mean, we saw that one like political scene thing that he was doing, um, which I still don't know
Yeah.
exactly what he was doing there, but
I mean,
yeah,
basically, the closest equivalent that I can form with him is that he's like a celebrity televangelist. Um,
yeah, kind of like a Joel Osteen dude.
yeah, yeah, very much like that actually.
Yeah,
Except I don't think he was Christian. I think
no,
because if you remember, in a lot of the flashbacks with Kid and his mother, they were praying to God.
yeah,
Um, whereas uh, I think yeah, I mean I don't want to try and think too much about the story because I don't want to get anything wrong, because when it comes
right,
to religious conflicts and stuff like that, I'm about as clueless as they come. Um, but again, you have these circumstances that are set up and the people that are involved, and what matters is what happens with these people.
yeah,
The overall context of the world that's been set up kind of sits on the back seat a little bit, which is fine, but again,
mhm,
there's that level of restraint there to know, you have this world that they're living in. This is what's important. This is what's going to
yeah.
happen because of it.
Well, I think it's also like we're following the story from kids' perspective almost. Like
Yeah.
there's even a few shots during fight scenes that look like when he's going down the stairs, one of them the
Oh
camera's
yeah,
like
there is
in
a
front.
POV shot. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I think because of that, that's why there's a lot of this outside stuff that we get a little bits and pieces of. Because like all the TV stuff we get because he's watching it, I think most of the time.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that personally. Like I would like definitely could look more into it, but I just knew he was a man on a mission, and he wasn't going to stop until he completed it.
Yes,
So
definitely. And after he kills Baba Shakti, supposedly he dies at the end. Now I know that there's a certain level of ambiguity to it, but
mhm.
once he falls over, it just ends. Um,
Yeah.
so
Well,
we're kind of left wondering,
and I
which
think
is fine.
yeah, well, I think part of it is like he doesn't have a family. You know, he's a
Yeah,
single guy. He really has quote unquote nothing tying him to anything. So I think kind of like what I said earlier, he's not so much concerned if he makes it out. He just wants everyone else not to as well.
yeah,
You know, he's fighting to avenge his mom, and if that means he dies in the process, I think he's fine with that.
yeah,
Um, so, and depending on, they don't really touch on his religion so much either. But if he's like, oh, I'm going to be reunited with my mom through this or whatever, I don't know. Maybe that played a part in it. I mean,
sure.
um, so
Yeah,
yeah,
and now there had been rumors going around for a bit that there was an alternate ending that was filmed that I guess well, got cut out obviously, but
yeah.
I tried to do some research into it, and I didn't see anything about an alternate ending other than the rumors that there was one.
It's
So
on the it's on the Blu-ray. There's an alternate opening and ending. I didn't have a chance to watch them before the show,
okay.
but I saw that on the bonus features.
Oh, I
So
didn't realize there was an alternate ending on the
yeah,
Blu-ray.
I do want to check it out. But I love, because it almost doesn't feel like an ending. You know, like when you're really invested in a movie and it just ends, and you kind of have to like be like, wow, I got to process everything. That's exactly how I felt because I was so invested in the story.
Yeah,
And then when he was stabbed, I was like, he can't die before this guy does, like that,
yeah,
you know. And I think he used his like last bit of strength to, because even at that when he caught the knife thing with his hand, of course I was like, oh. And then he pulled out, and because the guy was like, here's my transportation, ha ha ha. And I'm like, you old fart, you're not getting out of this. Like he's
yeah.
gonna, you know.
You're not going anywhere. I'm Dev Patel.
Like, he goes to throw him against the window and he just bounces off.
It's like, oh, okay, well, let me try again. Bonk, bonk.
That actually would have been cool, like if he just like kept throwing him up against it.
Yeah, that would have been kind of funny.
Maybe that's the alternate ending. I don't know.
Yeah, the alternate ending is he's after he falls, Dev Patel stands back up and dusts himself off, and as he walks away, you just see on the screen Dev Patel will return in Doomsday.
That's way better than I thought I was gonna say. It cuts and Dave Patel goes, you're probably wondering how I got here, and then it just starts over.
Yeah.
No, that's way better.
Oh. Someone has to make like an AI movie trailer of that now. Is like, you have Doctor Doom coming in and messing up the Avengers, and then Dev Patel comes in, and Doctor Doom is like, "Oh shit, coming
It's
soon."
kid, yeah. Well, I've actually, there's been a lot of those going around of like characters from like other franchises. So there was one I saw for Optimus Prime earlier, where
Yeah.
it's just like edits from Transformers and it says Optimus Prime will return. I can't confirm or deny whether or not I'm returning in Doomsday. Just gonna have to buy a ticket and go see. So,
At the end of the last Terminator movie, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger turn to the camera and say, "I'll be back in Doomsday."
oh, you know, I didn't want to think about the last Terminator movie today, but
I don't think anybody wants to think about the last Terminator movie because it peaked at 2 and then it kind of fell off after that.
the Salvation one wasn't that bad, but 2 is definitely not one of the best sci-fi movies I've ever seen. So
was Salvation the one with Christian Bale, or was that Genesis?
Yeah. No, that was Salvation, because you had Sam Worthington and Bryce Dallas Howard, I even think, was briefly.
Oh, okay.
That one was deep. That one, maybe it was just because you're coming off of 3, but that one was good. And then the next one was solid, but nothing even remotely compared to 2. Like Judgment Day is
well, I mean, Terminator 2 is widely considered one of the best sci-fi action movies of all time. Yeah. And for good reason, definitely. aside from the occasional very obvious stunt double, but that's okay.
Right, right.
Um, I mean, it's certainly no Colombiana, but I guess it's okay.
Yeah, see that's the fine line. You have your John Wicks that are way up here, and you got Colombiana that's here, and then Steven Seagal's on the floor. You can't even see it; it's so far down.
Steven Seagal's movies are like the dirt that I brush off my shoes on the doormat.
Steven Seagal. I told someone, I said, you watch one of his movies, you've seen all his movies. Unfortunately, I watched Attack Force.
And that is the quintessential Steven Seagal movie. Everything about Steven Seagal cinema is wrapped up right in there.
You can test your loyalty with someone.
Hello, how are
Hey.
you?
You can test your loyalty. Like, if I ever get a girlfriend, I'll show her Attack Force. And if she really likes me,
if you can sit through this with me, then we're meant to be.
you can sit through anything with me.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine Steven Seagal in Monkey Man? Steven Seagal is Monkey Man. He's sitting on a
what
chair
about
the
on
whole
stairs,
time.
though? Yeah.
General Rana's coming up and trying to punch him, and Steven Seagal just.
You know, his perfect role would have been the guy in the wheelchair because he wouldn't have to get up. Now, I don't know if he could go that fast, and you'd have to eliminate all this whole stair scene. Couldn't have that.
Okay, but we'll see. Here's the thing: you could film Steven Seagal sitting in the chair, but the second, but the second that the script calls for the chair to start moving, that's when it cuts to a stunt double.
It is clearly like not him.
I've just been sitting on the stream for 35 minutes. Well, 35 minutes, and you only just now make your presence known. Come on.
No, but I loved this movie a lot, and
Yes,
I just can't say its praises enough. I mean, I think just because I knew nothing going into it about it, really. I mean, I read the back of the Blu-ray, but I hadn't seen like a trailer.
yeah,
And just, I mean, the only movie I'd previously seen Dev Patel in was Green Knight, which is also a fantastic movie. So I didn't have any doubts in it, but I was wondering, directing and acting in a movie, it's hard to do. I mean, we've seen people do it, like Michael B. Jordan did it with Creed 3, and I enjoyed that movie quite a bit. It's not quite as good as the first Creed. It's kind of around the second Creed, but still, like, I respect the vision and ambition to direct and act, and even in Dev Patel's case, write. Like, he had like I said earlier, he had a vision and he saw it through. And that's the important thing, is that he made it. It may not have done well money wise, but I always say, I try to tell people sometimes that box office does not equate to quality. So we like to look at, okay, this movie made a lot of money, it's great. This movie didn't make a lot of money, it's bad. I have watched a ton of movies that made quote unquote close to nothing or barely over budget, and they're great. Like this one, I looked it up. I want to say it was like 25 or 35 million it made total worldwide. I think
on I think a $10 million budget.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the quality of the movie. And so and of course, I thank you for even bringing this up, because this was, I mean, I don't think I'd heard about it before you had brought it up. So
yeah, the marketing wasn't all that great. So I mean, it's very obvious that not a whole lot of money went into the marketing, but but really all that means is that at the end of the day, the movie just made more.
Right. Well, and I've definitely have become more aware in the last year of like indie movies, getting them on my radar. So had this come out even last year, this year, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I'll go catch that in the theater or whatever. But so
yeah, well,
maybe for its anniversary release in 20-something years,
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, we'll finally get the sequel we've all been waiting for.
And David Tell's like, ugh. Well, and also too, I think he's only like 35 or 37. So the fact that he already has these, like when you look at his IMDb, he's got a lot of good stuff to his name already.
Yeah.
And I mean, he could easily do another, he could act for another 30 years if he wanted to. Easily.
Yeah. And when you look at all the hardships that he went through just to get this movie made, I mean, he filmed an entire action scene with a broken hand. He filmed several scenes while sick with the flu. I mean, I mean, he was completely dedicated, and that dedication really shines on screen. Yeah, I mean, there's it's obvious that there's so much passion that he had going into this because again, it's like you said. I mean, he had a very clear vision of how he wanted this movie to go, and he was going to get it done come hell or high water.
Yeah,
So
and it comes across. I know we keep saying this, but it comes across so well when you're watching the movie that he was so passionate about this project, and
yeah.
it just adds to the appreciation that I have for this movie. So,
Oh, hi there.
Michael.
I've only been sitting here for 45 minutes.
Oh, that was you? Oh, so, sorry about that. I honestly didn't even realize because the over on my screen the people counter didn't come off of 2 or come off of 1. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I'm just sitting. I'm like, I messaged the group chat. I'm like, okay. I was gonna send a chat in here and then realized I can't do that. And then I was like, okay, I'll go over to YouTube. Surely someone. And then I'm just like, they don't know that's me. God damn it.
Well, you could have just said, "Hey, it's Michael. Let me in."
I literally in the group chat, and I'm pretty sure Andrew saw this. I sent the GIF.
Oh, you know,
what's the
Messenger
dude
open on my
going?
phone,
Let me
not on
in.
my laptop.
Let me in.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry about that,
Sorry,
dude.
man.
Truly, I really did not realize.
It's all good. I was late because literally I had to watch this movie. I would say the second half of the movie was watched almost entirely in either 1.5 or double speed because I'm like, I gotta get through this movie in time.
No.
It was. I will say this: if you have the opportunity to watch this movie at least 1.5, do it. It's fucking hilarious. But it doesn't take away from like the serious notes. But it was just like the scene with where he tries to jump through the window and he bounces off the glass. It's just like
Yeah.
he's just like doink.
Yeah, I imagine it really amplifies the comedic timing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was great. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this movie a lot, even though it was being a pain in the ass with all the buffering. Like, literally, I
Yeah.
started this movie probably around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I did not finish it until I think 9:05.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it started doing the buffering shit around like 2:15, like 15 minutes into the movie, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna let this buffer. I'm gonna walk away for a little bit, and then when I come
Pretend
back,
you don't
it should be
care. That's
good.
when the internet works, you know?
Right. So I walked away for like 3 hours, and I was like, okay, this has to be like fully buffered, whatever. Hit play. It goes about 5 minutes, and then it starts. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's those Russian bots. They're just making sure you don't get to watch anything.
Right. I guess I'll give like cliff notes of my thoughts on the movie. The cinematography was fantastic. The different shots, like you guys were talking about the POV shot of when he was going down the stairs.
Yeah.
That I love POV shots, but the way it seamlessly went from POV to then it pans to seeing him on the stairs, and then it pans back around to POV. I was like, oh yes.
Well, and knowing they filmed
Loved
on
it.
phones, it's entirely possible that Dev Patel was holding it and then handed it off to someone.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they did all that. I went into this movie knowing absolutely nothing about it other than I thought this was going to be like a John Wick meets Rocky Balboa type of movie. Like
Exactly what I said.
You know, like and it was funny cuz when he goes to the guy to buy a gun, I'm just like, "Oh my god, it's like Indian John Wick." And then he goes, "Do you like John Wick?" And I was like, "Oh my."
Yeah.
There was also not the final fight with the guru guy, but like the fight with in the VIP lounge with the chief of police or whatever. There were those shots where like you had the spinning discs,
Yeah.
like hanging from the ceiling, and it would like reflect their faces. I was like, that was really well done. I liked the fact that there were so many story points that you go like initially you're like, how the hell does this all connect together? And it's just like it doesn't necessarily connect, but they manage to tie everything together in a neat little package. So like there's the whole like story because okay, the fact that he names himself Bobby, like it's such a little like detail. If you it's like blinking you miss it. The whole reason he names himself Bobby is because the bleach is called Bobby's bleach.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, it's my bleach, so I'm Bobby. um, I love that he had the wherewithal to like not scam, but like I guess that's what I'm gonna say for lack of a better term. He scams the other dude. He's like I will help you make so much money. He's like, what do you want? He's like a promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't
like,
scam him because he does exactly what he said he was going to do. Yeah, he said, bet against me, I'm going to lose.
Yeah. And then later on, he gets the kid to bet for him. And it's just like, I really thought that it was going to be more of a fight than that. And he's just, because, you know, they fought earlier in the movie and the Monkey Man and King Cobra. They fought earlier in the movie. And I was like, okay, maybe he's going to like, just beat him in all 3 rounds, and then he just kicks him in the face and he drops like a stone, and I went, oh.
And at 1.5 speed, I'm sure it was like
I think I had it probably Looney Tunes type speed.
I think I only had it at 1.25 at that point, because I kept changing it every time it would start buffering. I would change it, and it would speed up how like quickly it would stop buffering, I guess.
Dave Patel starts fighting like this, you know. Yeah. Why, I'll show you. You know.
Why I wanna
rolls up his
prepare yourself for a doozy of a skirmish.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I also there were a lot of like you could tell that they in a movie that came out in 2024, they definitely took some risks as far as like socio-political issues happening in the movie, like talking about these transgenders getting like it was just little background stuff on the news. It was talking about these transgenders that got like brutally attacked by the police and whatever. And then later on in the movie, in the enclave or whatever, the guy is like, it's a guy dressed up like a woman. I don't know if that was intentional or if that was just me connecting dots that don't exist. I don't know, but it was very, you know, you had that, and then like at the beginning of the movie there was, you know, the fight organizer, I don't remember his name, but he's like saying about, oh well, you might be Hindu or Muslim or even a closet Christian, and everybody starts booing. And he's like, but we all pray to the almighty Indian rupee.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay,
Charlton Copley. I mean, I did not expect Charlton Copley to be in this film, but God, I love him so much.
Well, then I was like, he's such a bastard right off the bat, because like, you know, he goes to him, he's like, this is only half, and he's like, yeah, that's why it's called a bleed
bonus
tax or whatever, bleeding bonus. He's like, you bleed, you get the bonus. I'm like, the blood was pouring out of his face mask. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, asshole.
And he compares him to a little show monkey. It's like, you know those monkeys with little hits in the video, dancing around everywhere? That's you.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
that's close to racist, man. Like,
well, it also parallels too that like he is the Monkey Man, you know.
Yeah.
Which I was like, there was that moment where he's like on the drug, he's tripping balls, and he like opens up his chest, and I'm like, you know, I really thought this was going to be more about symbolism, but I'm pretty sure he's legitimately turning into Hanuman, like the Monkey Man. I was just like, okay, sure, like I'm here for it.
I mean, there certainly is a certain level of ridiculousness to this movie, but in my opinion, it is all to the film's credit.
Oh yeah,
like it is all to the betterment of it.
I love the scene where he was going to get, like, you think he's getting Indian street food, which of course looks very appetizing. And when he gives the guy the money, and he like puts it in the leaf. I'm like, he's not putting that in the food. And then it's like, all right, now he can go get a gun, like John Wick.
Yeah.
Something else I noticed. It was like right at the very beginning when that dude was in the wheelchair, pretending to sell the little like statues, and then he like steals her purse, and then I'm like, it must be very, very cheap to get street rats in India to like do stuff for you, because that purse went through like 50 different people's hands to get to him, and he still had, and they weren't doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, so he had to have paid them something.
Yeah.
And he still had enough money to buy a gun, and I'm just like, okay, sure.
And all that was set to the tune of JID's 151 Rum. What a great song to have that scene put to.
I don't know if you watch it with subtitles, but on the Blu-ray subtitles, it like bleeped out some of the words in that song.
I know. You have an R-rated movie and you're bleeping out the cuss words.
Yeah. I was like, dang.
Damn it.
Darn it.
Oh, well. That's all right, though. That's another thing I'll say is that the soundtrack of this movie was really strong. And not just with the different songs from artists that were pulled into it, but also just in general. I mean, the score was simple but very effective.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to look up some of the songs because I was kind of catching a vibe with them a bit.
During the fight scene in the main part of the club, when like it becomes like a ballroom blitz type of fight.
Yeah.
Was there? Yeah. I was watching it at accelerated speed. I think it was like 1.5 or even twice speed at that point. Was there like some death metal playing or some shit? Or was
yeah.
Okay. I tried to slow it down, but by the time I slowed it down to catch it,
it started buffering it again.
No. By the time I slowed it down, it had already gotten past that, and I was just like, I'm not going back.
Don't go back. You'll be sitting for another 20 minutes waiting for it to buffer.
Right? Oh my god. But then like immediately after, he's down on the ground, the head woman or whatever is like there getting ready to fucking kill him, and then the one server that we talked to bashes her over the head with a serving tray, knocks her down, and he cuts her finger off, and I was just like, yeah, that was probably death metal playing earlier.
Yeah.
It's funny because I wondered at first why he cut her thumb off, and then I remembered the place that only she's allowed to go up. And I was like, he's using it to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he also,
the breadcrumbs are there.
Heart. He has a caring heart because the dog, he feeds the dog several times throughout that part of the movie.
Yeah. It was mostly to train the dog to bring his gun to him, I think, but
probably.
Still.
I was saying, was it the goodness of his heart, or was it him training the dog to come to him to bring him the
Why not both?
About that. Yeah.
Porque no las dos.
Yeah, and the movie sets up like, a romance between him and that server. And I mean, which
I'm glad it did.
Which unfortunately doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, I mean, it could have been a little too ham-fisted to force a romance subplot in there, because the movie had a very clear sense of direction, and I think that would have kind of detracted from it a bit.
I don't think at this point in his journey, he's not interested in romance anyway. So when it fit the character, so
well. One of the darker things in this movie that I noticed, and I don't know if maybe I'm, again, connecting dots that aren't there, but in the fight scene where, I forget which fight scene it is, but it's he's at like a sex club or whatever, and he falls on the ground, and he looks under the couch, and there's a kid under there, and I'm like, that's dark. I don't like that.
Oh, I know. I was like,
and then he tells the kid, he's like, run, get out of here, whatever, and the kid runs, and I'm just like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. I know. I was like, what's a kid? What the heck?
I've watched enough creepypastas and stuff to like know that when there's a kid involved, it usually doesn't end well. So I
Yeah.
was glad he got out. But
Yeah, yeah. This movie does a lot to convey dark ideas without without seeming too gratuitous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It leaves a lot for you to infer, and I mean, well, and honestly, what's worse than your own imagination? And
Yeah.
that
Well, it's kind of
really,
like
right.
it's like I said earlier, Michael. It does a good job of showing what it's most likely really like in that type of environment without going over the top and just shoving it down your throat.
yeah.
Okay, that didn't.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
sound
it's like
right.
it's almost like if Stephen King knew how to be subtle, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Stephen King isn't subtle. I've seen the Langoliers. Yeah,
Have you
the
ever
little
read it?
CGI Pac-Man eating the universe.
Have you ever read the book for it?
No,
No, but I
know some
I
of the stuff
saw
in the
it
book.
in Books a Million the other day, and the book is like this thick. Holy
Yeah.
Dude, it's a
smokes!
massive
It's like
book.
1,000 pages.
Dude, okay, so basically, if you took it part 1 and it part 2, like that is how the book is split up. Is like you have the kids doing their thing, and then in the middle of the book, it's like it goes back to the adults, and they start remembering shit, and it's anyway. There's a
Yeah, I
part in
know.
the book that they will never, ever, ever put to film if they're smart.
I think I know what you're
And
talking
that's all
about because I was talking to someone once who's read it and they were telling me about this one part and I was like, "You're kidding! Like that's
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what part you're talking
Yeah.
about.
yeah,
Your kid.
yeah,
Yeah, well,
Anyway.
I mean that's what adaptations are. They take
Right.
things, they throw things away.
Well,
Yeah.
and it was common for horror movies back. I say back in the day, like 70s and 80s, to leave a lot to your, to leave a
You
lot
don't
to your
know about back in the day, Andrew.
Well, my back's starting to hurt actually.
God.
Like, but they would leave a lot to your imagination. Like they would
Yeah.
not show a lot. Versus now, you got just thrown on screen, and it's like, okay, I didn't need to see that. I didn't need to see Winnie the Pooh start eating that lady. Like,
You didn't need to see Winnie the Pooh stick his hand in a jar of honey and just shove it
just
into
like-
his mask and then have it
Oh
drip
my
out. Like,
god.
yeah.
We almost
I'm
made it
really-
the whole stream without bringing up that fucking movie.
listen,
So close.
listen. You know what would have made that movie just peak cinema? If at the very end, Pooh accidentally killed Piglet and just goes, "Father," and then cut to black.
Oh my god.
Wait. I wonder if we'll see the. I've heard the rumors for the next Avengers Doomsday trailers, the Winnie the Pooh trailer for Avengers Doomsday.
Oh
Winnie the
my
Pooh will
god.
return.
Okay, see, at this point, we need to make our own Avengers franchise of bad movies. Gods of Egypt. Crawl.
War, Thanksgiving.
Amy War- exactly.
Any Neil Breen movie. Speaking of Neil Breen, I gotta tell you this.
Thanksgiving was a masterpiece of cinema. I'll have you
I think
know.
Michael needs to be
Okay.
taken off the stream, so I'm kidding. I gotta tell you,
Yeah, let's see here. This is
I was watching our family and I, we were watching Tangled the other night, Cam, and I surprisingly it made me think of Fateful Findings because in the beginning of the movie, when Flynn Rider is narrating, I think it's Flynn Rider, he says like it's a magical day.
Oh my god.
And
No!
I went Fateful Findings.
Oh man.
So now what you got to do is go rewatch Tangled for that little part.
And just dub over all of Flynn Rider's lines with Neil Breen. Oh man, that would be
Wait, and have him be Mother Gothel. So when Rapunzel wants to leave, he goes, "Stop, You do not want to do this.
You can't
You're not
do
gonna
this.
do this.
You need to
You need
stop.
to stop.
And then Rapunzel looks at the camera.
And then when Rapunzel, when Flynn cuts her hair, I cannot believe you cut her hair. I cannot believe you cut her hair.
Oh, I hate it
And
here.
scene. Oh my gosh.
Well, well, I think we can go ahead and call it for now. But yeah, I mean this Monkey Man is a phenomenal movie. I mean, and if nothing else had ever put Dev Patel on my radar, this would be the movie that would do that for me. I will watch anything this man is involved with at this point.
I was trying to look at IMDb. I didn't see anything for like upcoming projects, but I'm like, yeah, whatever he has coming out, it's gonna be on my radar.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier in the stream, I honestly I don't think I can say enough about this movie. Like it's that good, and I was so happy with it. And I mean, like I said, I didn't really have, like Michael, I didn't know really anything about it going into it story wise, and so it just. I think that helped. Like having no expectations, there was nothing for me to be like, "Oh, it didn't have that." Like that's why I don't watch a lot of trailers anymore past like the first trailer for stuff, because I want to be as blind as possible going into something.
Yeah,
the experience is way better. So
I will say there was one part of the movie that I recognized from, I don't know if it was a trailer or whatever. It's the first time you see the dude's little bike thing, his little jitney, where he's like, I call her Nikki, and he's like, he looks at me, he's like, Minaj, big bumper, nice headlight. Like, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what this is from. Okay.
So he's got two.
Other than that,
movies.
I didn't.
Sorry.
I was just saying. Other than that, I didn't know anything else about the movie.
Yeah, that's one thing we mentioned earlier. The humor was really good.
Yeah.
But he's got two movies coming up, The Journeyman and The Peasant, both in pre-production.
Okay.
So
is he directing or starring in those? Does it say?
Let me it's under actor, but let me see. Okay, he's just so in The Journeyman, he's just acting. He's the only cast member announced for that. And then The Peasant. Okay, he's directing The Peasant. It says a 14th century shepherd pursues revenge against mercenaries who ravaged his community. As he hunts them down, his true nature emerges. Oh, he's co-writing it too. Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Okay, okay. So it's another revenge type movie, but it sounds like this is gonna have a little bit of a twist to it because his true nature is revealed. Is he the bad guy? That would be cool.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty excited for that.
Is it really just Monkey Man 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah, I just came up with The Peasant off the top of my head. So
you did?
No,
okay.
Kidding. It's really called that.
I was gonna say, Andrew, I will kick you off the string right freaking now if you did that to me.
The Journeyman says a professional tennis player, desperate to support his family, gets entangled in a match-fixing syndicate, only to find himself ensnared in a dangerous web of corruption. So the government is corrupt, and violence from which he struggles to break free.
Nice. I'm good with that.
He helps. He exposes how corrupt everything is. You know.
Oh, don't even! Don't you dare, you bastard!
I will say it does seem like, just from the descriptions of those two movies and knowing what Monkey Man was about, it seems like revenge porn / like corruption, like, oh frig, what's the word I'm trying to think of, like corruption exposure, like exposing corruption, like that seems to be kind of like his niche.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, there are certainly worse niches to have. I mean, look at Steven Seagal.
Is Dave Patel team up to take down the government?
Okay,
No, but I'm excited for
that's it.
those.
This stream is over. We've officially hit the lowest of the low.
We did a reverse arc. We started really
Gobble,
high and we're ending
motherfucker.
low.
Oh God. All right. Well, does anybody have any shameless plugs? Andrew, what do you have going on this week?
Yeah, well, last night on the Dingus Den, we had our review for Smallville, the finale of Smallville season 1, which was a lot of fun. We're taking this next Saturday off, so we'll be back on the 31st with the season 2 premiere. Tomorrow night on Feast of Fandoms for MCU Monday, we're continuing our Jessica Jones reviews with season 3, I think season 3, episode 3 or 4. Then Thursday night, continue happy hour. Kim and I will join David and Debbie for Clone Wars. I assume, I don't know if it's an arc or if it's just one episode. If it's just one episode, it would be episode 5 of season 3. So I'm not sure if it's an arc or not, but yeah.
All right, Michael. Anything going on for you?
Yeah. So tomorrow night, if you don't want to, watch whatever this guy's got
Yeah,
going
no
on.
one.
Yeah, if you don't want to watch that, if you don't want to watch boring Jessica Jones, I'm just kidding. You can always head on over to the Dingus Den / Tabletop Lounge on Twitch, where we will be streaming Trails of Conspiracy. Because what's more fun than watching a bunch of nerds play D&D?
Drugs.
And then I've not. Well, I mean, you do that before you watch the nerds playing D&D.
Holy
But
shit!
then
This is crazy.
Right. And
Oh,
then
gosh.
I was gonna announce my own D&D campaign, but then I remembered we're not actually streaming that. So,
But then I remembered I don't actually play D&D, so
well.
But then I remembered
no,
what is
I
D&D.
actually- I do have my own D&D campaign that I'm running, and I was about to announce it. And I was like, oh wait, I'm not streaming that. I don't have the means to do that, even if I wanted to,
gotcha.
because everything I do right now is on my phone.
Sure. Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing right now too, and it certainly does come with its share of difficulties, unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah, so Trail of Conspiracy tomorrow night. We've been on kind of a hiatus from Trail of Conspiracy, just because one or two people weren't able to come because of different issues, and so we started doing like little one shots to kind of make up the time. But tomorrow night we should be returning back to the main storyline of Trail of Conspiracy. So if any of you guys have been following along with that, that's what we're doing. Make sure you go check that out. Yeah. I think that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so next Sunday, we will not be here for Cam and Focus because, as I was telling Andrew, I will be in Mexico. I won't be back until that Monday. So we won't be doing Cam and Focus next week, but the week after, we're going to be coming back with Tron Ares, which I think is. I don't think it's a fantastic film, but I think it's a lot better than a lot of people give it credit for. So definitely excited
Honestly,
to
watch it.
That'll
You
give me
what?
just enough time. I'll let Andrew go first.
Oh, no, I just said I'm excited to watch it because I didn't catch it in the theater. So.
Yeah. Well,
I was just gonna say. Well, I was just gonna say the 2-week hiatus will give me just enough time for me, because again, I've never watched either Tron, like any of the Tron movies, and I know you guys said like it's not necessary to watch Tron Ares, but like I'm just that guy,
I get it.
So
yeah, I mean, well, if you do watch the first two
time.
movies, you're kind of rewarded for it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say it should give me the 2 weeks should give me just enough time to watch all 3 movies with the buffering times I've been having.
Tron Ares will already be on that site. That's crazy.
If it's on streaming, it's on that site.
Ah.
I get Percy Jackson episodes as they come out.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
Might
Wow,
be
we're
next
boring
day, but
Cam
yeah.
apparently. Jeez.
No. It's I'm just a tired person in general.
No, I get it.
All
Matter,
right.
Cam, you don't want to do a stream from Mexico?
Fuck
he's
no,
gonna be
I
on
don't want to do a stream from
vacation.
Mexico. And besides, I'm like, I won't even have service down there.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a skill issue, but okay. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Oh yeah. Let me just hack into some poor cabron's Wi-Fi. You know.
Cam just has a cartel coming after him. He's like, on stream. He's like, so guys, I lived about Tron.
I got the camera out here. You see the cartel behind me. Oh, holy shit! First of all, I really like this movie.
You just run past a random mariachi band.
We see like all the stereotypes of Mexico just happening while he's like,
oh, guys, I gotta pause the stream for a second. I think I drank the water.
Oh, that was
Those
one
were
other thing.
beans.
When he gets, this will be the last thing I say, and because you said about the water, it's what made me think of it. The last thing I'll say about this movie, about Monkey Man, when he's running across the rooftops and he gets shot and falls in that water, I'm like, even if he doesn't bleed out, even if he doesn't drown, that man is dead. There is so much bacteria in that water. Like, you can see it. I'm like, Patel might actually die from this movie.
Don't be one of those guys who's like, oh, the rest of the movie is a dream.
Oh.
Yeah, you said
He
that
was dead the whole time.
Yeah,
I was like,
he wakes up as a kid at the end.
Talking. Yeah, he wakes up as a kid. Mommy?
He was like, "Mom, I dreamed that I was a Hanuman." You know.
Oh my god.
Of course you did, dear. He just pats his head like, of course you did.
And then Rana
You are my
shows
little
up, and then
Hanuman.
Rana shows up, and the last shot is him as a kid going,
Nailbog! It's goblin spelled backwards!
"You know what? That's an enjoyably bad movie." So,
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. Thank you, fellas, very much for joining us. Michael, when you finally showed up, when I finally realized you were here to let you in.
I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked that I got added into the stream when I did, because I was just like, I'll just resign myself to sit here until the stream's over. Like,
Michael's like taking his shirt off, and Cam brings him on. He's like, "Oh, you know."
He's in the middle of flashing the camera.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
You guys think I have modesty? What? If that was what was happening, I would turn on like Pony or something. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh man.
All right. Well, again, we won't be back next week because I'll be on the cruise. But the Sunday after, we'll be doing Tron Ares. So looking forward to that. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Like, subscribe, all that shit. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.